nyina my ho achibiem na yemisa se ho te saying. And one question penna yebisa the President of the Republic. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mr. President, without IMF, would Ghana survive or not? And question in say IMF ama yebewana, will Ghana die if not the intervention of IMF? Yababa dum pempen so bia enrachi na bitie the President of the Republic. Now was here gume. In fact, I watched the TV na me tena se wo fom. Na mbisa say why? Then what is the problem? Where have we got into? Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo pe Japan Prime Minister Nelem Penny for Charles de be esremo. Monko na money China phone kasa. Na momwa said ye beya a car. Ya do number soften almost stands to provide way for IMF to give us $3 billion. Now Japan is a partner in our development and all that. Wait, before this, not Germany. A mayor of Germany, not even the chancellor. Small boys, a small. I just say that's a normal ambassador of Germany. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo catches some Misremo. Yeah, Bible Jania to me Pamucho Munko China. So for the last 1 month, we are having our president begging small boys. All because you see we are say one who are punching mantamwa e nyao chaupa say jao kasatintin yentie na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. President, enti Ghana yenya IMF, are we going to die? Pacho, Mr. President, boyen na Ghana fu nyante ase.
As you know, we're also in challenging times in our economy in Ghana. The difficulties of the Ghanaian economy has run into is necessitated us having recourse to the short-term assistance that we can get from the IMF, and we are fully engaged in the negotiations with the fund, and are hoping that very soon those negotiations will come to an end. Obviously, Japan, which is a very influential member of the fund, can be of assistance to us in making sure that we get a good understanding with the fund about the future of our development. We believe that there are big opportunities for Japanese companies in Ghana. The JETRO office is here, the African office is here, and we think that the location also of the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area here has given a unique opportunity for Ghana to act as a midwife, a gateway to investments on the continent, not just in our country or in our part in West Africa, but in the larger African continent. The African Continental Free Trade Area is something that we're strongly committed to, and we believe it holds big opportunities for our economies to be able to grow and take us out of.
Ghana, anopai massament near simple pay. In all humility and sincerity, Obi Mwameni and Kanchan and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say there should be a different alternative. On the 5th of July 2022, Anna Kojo Ponkroma de Kratabe Katre and say, at the 30th of June, cabinet meeting, Anna President approve ye say Ghana Yankwa IMF because we have destroyed the country for 18 times. Ghana yako yaba. When we sat in this country, what the government appointees are, you need to Michelle Wansa. At the time, John Dramani Mahama, 2016, 2017, all free Ghana. So, the catcher said the man was incompetent. because wari Ghana na manaka dompe a president who near unfound my Ghana crown kose. He was and is an incompetent man. Omwa Ghana busian kwa na kura timi ya de busian na ebo maya 2P1 kura kwala betimi aba be di president e wo my Ghana. And therefore we should bring out a government abaye obeba obetimi de Ghana esi ya yanya o my no busian na do dan kwa akofo ado ba kura mu catch the Ghana for you and say we are building a Ghana beyond aid. Be are born in 70 president. Say, Mr. President, this is you. This is a president we need. Why in a president are you here? Not an incompetent president. Uba Ghana. Not the be I am a funny say, I'm a hood also near crack, near crack pansay, near stress. Or Maya your gold. Or Maya your diamond, bauxite. Yet we have everything, salt, everything. And these were what Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo 2014, 2016, or catch Ghana, former Ghana, you are convinced say, indeed, Dr. Bawumia, so who or maybe Mampeni Bitia Konyaso, now wa bonwa any Ejibusia. Listen to Dr. Bawumia.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
No, this where you Dr. Bawumia, the economic messiah.
87.9 KUMASI.
No, I'm saying and I'm not paying my assignment in a simple pill. We are too desperate to say, your president and other than Akufo-Addo will reduce it. I just say, will be a baby chroma be an ear panicho. Ne German ambassador, ne Japan prime minister. We are begging everybody, all because baby Ghana baby Bruno atwa from Pieto Breme. How did we get here? Ghana near Wutie man open listen. Ora for attack Ghana for say. By February, Ghana for nya IMF loan na. On my Ghana, the economy no will come to a standstill. The economy will collapse. And you croak money, yes, last year, yes, so I mean, we need to bring a friend saying levy to secure. And yes, so this if one man some and a woman in term, Dr. Bawumia say, why do we have to be borrowing as a country? A common toe, you toe my Ghana nyina. You bet me nyeska e dia your mind talk
87.9.
E wi ase ye kwaje pensioners, tax them with a desperate approach. Emma Oforiata say by March, they say we are in May, 2 months ago, Ghana economy was going to crash if say Yamwa and secure IMF loan. Just listen to Oforiata.
The challenge that we have, as you all know, is that we need by the end of March or middle March to have concluded with our IMF program. This is an important part of that program for us, the debt exchange. And then we had various issues. You know, we have therefore in this period engaged the banks and financial institutions. And I think we've come a long way in which we expect a full tendering tomorrow when the tender closes. So the fight that we are presumably fighting here is a difference between 15 and 18.5%. The cost of that may be that we may not get an IMF clearance. And then your issues of inflation, capacity to pay takes on a different view.
87.
But the way Ghana's finance minister just about 3 months ago, me worry and not pay ni say, and I do that Akufo-Addo. Yes, problem beba memu. Yes, COVID aba. Yes, Russia, Ukraine. These are force majeures. There is nothing ubetimi aye wo ho. See, Ghana obie di adanse say, yewura problem mu. No na ama recruit for kokoye. No na ama COVID by until we are hit. But the question is the problem I yawura for almost 1 year ni. Ye nyina de eti pempem no na na dodan kwa akofado. So ye de ansa say ye demri fam na ya twen IMF ansa na yetimi ameki headway as a country ana. What are we doing practically? Na na dodan kwa akofado anopai me question no. Mr. President, so until say ye benya IMF sika no, practically what are we doing as a country? Ye betimi free or how amane any musio oman Ghana ye wura mi. Before this situation, I bebe uremuno. Now, Dr. Bawumia, Asri, John Dramani Mahama. I mean, the economic management team. So said the difference between leadership, any incompetency, and they say every incompetent person, problem bar, he sit down and wait for already made solution, which is IMF. Now, who probably are competent there, a leader, and it's a problem, but they would develop a situation near the meeting, near solve a problem. No, Ghana near would tear man pay. Oh my Ghana, yes, Yana another than Kwakofado and Kofa COVID by, and Yana another than Kwakofado and a man Russia, Ukraine, a coin. O my no problem. O bia jitum Kofi Asante me jitum say these issues are the challenges abra o my Ghana. Question me bisa na na dan kwa akofado nana problem na yewura mu no, you are the leader. Apart from IMF in Ghana, any solution bia what the economy. Can't we develop anything? Anyansa for mo wa hiyo na na dan kwa akofado. The economic management team no mo wa hiyo. Where are you? Dr. Bawumia, he mocked NDC 2016. Say, why? 2015, way back.
One of the key recommendations out of the Senchi was to say that taxes should no longer be increased, that the tax burden on the Ghanaian business and individual is too high. And so government should rather look for ways to widen the tax net and not increase taxes. This was the key recommendation out of Senchi. Immediately after that, they went for the budget. And what happened? They increased all sorts of taxes, right? And in 2015, they have increased again all sorts of taxes. So this Senchi was supposed to be the considered opinion of our experts. Now you totally ignore that. So what was it for? What was it for? So we really don't think it was a sincere effort to bring consensus in the management of the economy. It's almost like watching a train wreck happen. You see it coming, and we kept warning them. This path you're taking is going to lead to the disaster, but they wouldn't listen. You know, it's because we were part of this whole HIPIC experiment. We know that it's once you've gotten that relief, it's no longer available. So now we are going to have to, basically do it ourselves, do the adjustment that gets us out of the pickle that we are in at the moment. Senchi came out with a 22-point recommendation. Now you ask yourself, how many of those 22 recommendations have been implemented?
Jesus Christ. Minim se bia obi a won tebrofo so fache me wan te de Dr. Bawumia ka se wo te ase anka radio yi kura anka no an wa wie wo share live on TV, Facebook page. Ghana ni look at the demeanor of and no the city kakra bia ba. Oh my Jesus Christ. Dr. Bawumia say NDC abai ehu se Ghana ya bed na doso omusan Domahama incompetent man esan the taxes eto so na ye muamamu sa Ghana ni ewutie in 2015 and in 2023 bisa when we are dying yegususu niyamamu ye den no 3 new taxes yeguso pompe taxes. The same problem the Dr. Bawumia den ehu ya wo mo kan no omo ba aban mu omo ni efra wo ho. Mr. President, what is going on? Then we had incompetent people and omo ni mamamu. Dr. Bawumia baye but man the accolades, but singing the praise of this economic management team. Oh, economic management team.
That President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has indeed replaced incompetence with competence in the management of our economy. One man or one person cannot manage an economy. President had to put together a team. And when I look at colleagues seated in discussion during cabinet meetings and other meetings with ministers, it is just humbling to see the galaxy of competent men and women that the president has assembled. Furthermore, when I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I am sure, they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ghana. We are Ghana near Sue. We are Ghana near whip. Sit in your car. Baby, who are with me? Cry for this country because Ghana is not safe. We are just jokes. Suma or my Ghana. Whether you are NDC, whether you are MPP, cry for this country because you're very serious. Look at these things. And someone, Dr. Baomiakaya, with all the competency, supposedly, for 1 year, on my Ghana, Egusu could ditch, all because we looked helpless. Where are the competent economic management team? And ye Japan, ye Panichawa, near Nam Germany, near Pachaw, near Nam France, near Pachaw, Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. My question is say, is Ghana going to die, collapse without IMF intervention? Anna? Is it only borrowing? I am going to provide you solution, alternative way. And Mr. President, you bet me saw Ghana within 6 months. 6 months, Ghana should come back without even IMF. 6 months, Ghana bet my ABB. Because a desperate situation, a desperate measure. Where are the economic management team of your people? Obia started per president Teddy. And to Omunina Jawo, now unkwa vacancy semu. Akufa free yakoto, wanamobontwa, is our parliament kura uhuno, cabinet kura uhuno, Alantra Martin, no cabinet, ubia uhuno. Ayi, senior minister, what if ye? Unkwa fo nyina adwane agyawo. If you see as we on hene kan kabi. Ye finance minister free ho, wano anam de ne betena ho, na obi adwane agyawo na nanado, waka amanfo so e na oman yakodichi. Na ato ye ne asre, enye Japan fo ne ye pa wo mo chewa, na nka ye no ane se na amia wo man a, wo population ye 127 million Japan. 127 million population, a nipa 34 million Ghana. Ye giant 34 million ye honsu ye kwa 127 million population e homwa. Ye sade say ma ye pa wo mo chew. Yet kraimu when we were told say incompetence in tea and a dear do IMF, but Ghana dear never shall we go to IMF. Me aminu Donkuma, me aminu Bema, Donkuma, a lawyer. My own brother, who probably ameneno, a close, fine pa, Donkuma, Miama, Minia Bema, Prekopek, MP for Joshua and Deputy Finance Minister, Parliament, Tieno.
Mr. Speaker, the yield levy is also going to help with the fiscal consolidation efforts and reduce the debt levels of our country. And that also means that we are going to see an improved economic ratings and not returning to the International Monetary Fund, which is the only solution our friends on the other side have always preferred. Why don't you go to the IMF? Go to the IMF. We have shown that we have alternatives to building the economy of this country without resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today, we will not go to IMF tomorrow, and we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power.
That was the deputy. Then the main finance minister of Oriata Nankasabai.
Not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are there. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you.
Don't let anybody tell you a proud nation and any and IMF prophecy now of Oriata professor you know any and a proud nation who IMF who masi, and that is why we'll be begging from Japan, Germany, and all that. President Nankasemu, I said no. IMF program will never be extended after say you free John Dramani Mahama Diana.
The IMF program is not going to be extended. We took the decision on coming in. The country had entered into this program in 2015. It was coming to an end in April 2018. So there's going to be no question of an extending the program. The program is going to be completed.
So that was the president of the republic. Say IMF, Debbie, John Buedu, the then General Secretary of the MPP, on the 9th of August 2021. Gina Passoman and Sasso, Ghana for Chobay, Ghana for Chobay, yay. That time for Casa said, what were D offense Galanoa, Ama, why you fine? Mine ni were Brubia Gum Sikane Taho Chopo. These were allegations among for Kayo. Say what just say one homie be nti sika de sika twamwa watene pampang nti ori anu gina personal say Ghana for the ma abanama NDC eno anu ye wie ye kwa IMF.
The NDC will certainly take us back to the era of unemployed graduates association. They will take us back to the IMF and their killer conditionalities. They will take us back to the days of Dunso. They will take us back to the days of freeze in public sector employment. They will take us back to the days where public sector workers who work for 2 years and more were only paid 3 months of their salary. We know them. We have lived with their experience and we know how bitter it was. We will definitely revisit those dark days if you do not work very hard to make sure that the NDC does not come close to the corridors of power again.
This was the General Secretary John Buedu. Well, we are not quasi me, I mean, you are quasi no, so Neddy Irish, so IMF, the Nyansaphobia, and Wobber IMF.
In Levino, there's no doubt about that. So because you say in Levino, you call IMF, or Bodam, American here, and Green Hawk, because I'm paying, and I didn't pay for not Green Hawk, not Bodam. So because you say in Levino, you call IMF. Wabodam, American here, and Green Hawk, because I'm paying, and I didn't pay for not Green Hawk, not Wabodam. I'm telling you, the person is mad.
IMF levy to double madness, and as I say, Yaji IMF, yes, IMF, so because who levy on our IMF or Wabodam, Yaji IMF, yes, Aji levy. Ghana for you are the best judges. Abronye ya be a chairman for the MPP.
87.9 KUMASI.
Ghana for ya better than Kwala and IMF.
Adwena yedibu o man ni ho ele so ko IMF ko kire se menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man adwena yedibu o man ni ho ele so ko IMF ko kire se menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man adwena yedibu o man ni ho ele so ko IMF ko kire se menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man adwena yedibu o man ni ho ele so ko IMF ko kire se menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man.
Me emphasis and not pay Mr. President. Question me person me be say, so don't we have any alternative? apart from IMF and oh Ghana, we are too desperate, Dodo. Nanado, we are too desperate to go to IMF. You agree when Master Dodo? But I'm 7 in Yama Kwasi Cheka and a bem. And Guasiana, a John Bodo nomine, woman, Foria Taramcasi, a bequire of Kakwa General, and yet too much Dodo. We are embarrassing ourselves. Look at President said your name Japan for Ejina way. Yes, I want that video. President General Japan acquire Nenisa apostrophe Japan ni Prime Minister Neni as apostrophe. And all that. Just say we are desperate. China on the 14th of August 2014, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Omeki this profound statement. I will never forget it.
8 years later, for Ghana to go back under IMF scrutiny is the biggest possible indictment on those who have been in charge of the management of the national economy. And it is as a result of that failure that we are now back under IMF, as it were, control. The second thing is, as a result of failure, it is a result of the failure that we're back under, of the failure of the government that we're back under. The second thing is that it is the people of Ghana that are going to pay for the incompetence and the mismanagement of the economy. And that is the tragic part of this. People have put their trust in people that elected them into office, and they have so mismanaged things, and now
people are putting their trust in people to manage the economy for them. And baby, oh Ghana, I weep for this country. See, the question is that you tell Eba Okremu, without IMF, will be any that's all. Will be a one where you invest when you abre, who go school up, who are barbarian. Oh, by a day, who are paid man as all barbarian. I don't know. University graduate, nurses, who? Bubodi in mommy. Where are we going? Yeah, quiet. What is the future for the ordinary person our Ghana has without IMF? Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Are you serious? Very, very, very dangerous. And I says the Kabeswama Ghana. Oh, you will cry.
You should think about the poor. Of mine home. And the Amuya Ghana, and yet it's very painful. You know, your poor pay. And you say, the two things say, on my way, why? On my baby, my baby. You should think about the poor. Of mine home. And the Amuya Ghana, and yet it's very painful. You know, your poor pay. And you say, the two things say, on my way, why? Oh my baby, oh my baby. You should think about the poor. Of mine home. And the Amuya Ghana, and yet it's very painful. You know, your poor pay. And you say, the two things say, on my way, why? Oh my baby, oh my baby.
Oh Jesus. Oh no. Oh, Sticker. I share your pain. You share also MP. And then a deputy trade minister. And Adon Mahama, Sticker wept. Susa Kwala, Sticker, where are you? Cry again. Things are getting worse. Terrible. Terrible.
87.9.
Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Is Ghana at risk of collapse without IMF intervention? Nana, Nana, tell Ghanaians. See, Ghana International Reserve depleted. Asa IMF by May, Jegusu postpone this. Oh, ending of May. You see, I'm saying by July crack no one sana. IMF beba. And I take you 1 year. A full solid 1 year in Ghana for you know, on the July 5th, and he started the first initiative to go to the IMF on the 5th of July 2022, and he taking that decision. 1 year, near here in Musanka by January. Oh, they be crossed by September 2022 na eba. Adimwa for 1 year. Yenya the Vice President of the United States of America. Kamala Harris, woman IMF nisu woman so omuba Ghana. Woman to me amoye IMF nisu amaye. Trumu no mo kan say yen hye nkran ye hu nkran na yen konko koye trumu. This way what it is. Enti e kire yen say obi anya ready say or drink Ghana ho say yen ankasa yen ready say ye betima boa ye ho a. Mr. President, we know Senka at least you are competent. Dr. Baumia, yen say at least you are competent. We Ghana for pamo ye pra incompetent ekoi. So at least mumra may alternative my stika, you are right. Or may ye mubi ya bumpayo. Jesus. No, this is too bad. This is too bad. Hade I just say adia na ne boy 1 cedi. Say ya turn 10 cedi our Ghana. Everything it is apinchirene. Ghana is jumping. Wow. This is terrible. Graduate ABF school ba. Nurses are eba. We are then. Uko haida. Enra. Baba kwa nene kasa was one magazine. What's this here? Eka 1 week. Na ne rent kraso. Oh, baby, obeda. This was not Jana Kwasefi. Na osoriano panwe nyabo fruit ba kudia. Just about 5. Wakwa kwedi gobe. No wa dia bonsio adaguso. Where is the future of this country? Mr. President, mami mwa would alternative. Ebiana, your economic management team na fail you. But you won't phobia a bit my advice so say IMF for Maya, yet to chrome ha Ghana ha. And now bro back 7.5 million, 8 million. A bro to a bro 2 chances so a bro bet me a fifi. School student a walk home ha a bro Adriana Chrome in your bini. Ye Ghana to me new bro. Ghana to me nya hey. A bro was 6 months assassin at the chrome hey. But bia a bro cha 3 months no braba. Ghana ye to me nya bia. We can plant anything. E mo any 1 year na mo aba. Tomorrow akumada nanando why? Let's give you an alternative.
Bosia no abone de wako hawo. Ye na ma odwen se obetumi abo bosia de free sa hawo ni. And 3 billion here ampa which I doubt the problem only a 3 billion problem. But let's assume say 3 billion here ampa. IMF 3 billion kwa na se ye na se obetumi akwe do. So why are we so keen on IMF? Enti we are say ma me ho ni nyina no. Again, why the Sikabro 3 billion here the idea why you bet me Ayamanana. So these are the questions you should be asking. Your foreign missions from Europe, America, India, China, they are no more. What are they doing? They may be when they have outlived their purpose or their usefulness, we rethink a new role for them. Can we create some market within those host countries? Countries be tropical citizens say woman at door so baby near you produce organa to say by maintaining as if for almost consume it. Can we create a market in those countries and then channel it through our missions to sell it there? Russia, in fact, sanction down to Russia. So Foreign Affairs Ministry, they are no more. Can they approach the Russian ambassador and country and say, okay, this is the situation. Europe agricultural trade exchange, and consumption because of the sanctions. There are some questions we should be asking. Say 3 billion a year. I didn't think necessarily I'm a phone quantity. I'm a 5 year corner. There necessarily they might want sound of the 3 billion. Almost domestic debt exchange program. The country amount for say a moment of mapping and I intimate you. You bet it so you bet prolong years. It's almost at the bill to Parliament. But I think 3 billion is proving to be more expensive than the problem that we have itself. Because 3 billion I say who so why don't we rethink? What are the alternatives that we have to get 3 billion? Now, while I pursue IMF Sikana let us risk to pursue other avenues near the because yet has a better by and I think as rational beings, Jano na tsila how can me from Sanko Shell. I don't know me ho chere me. Untumi mami dey that's why they be mami. Intelligent at least yenche mu. Na ebi bia IMF chino na ebi so fa ha. Ni ahwe dey na sabe tumi aka na dey aka ni. There's a total target shift in the nations are looking for alliance. Okay, for example, the entire Russian economy is going to turn into wartime economy. Nema be bro ho munya kwanye, especially in agri and whatsoever in their own internal consumption. DNA betumi ayama wo. India use a lot of spices. As omo aviani diamono, they use a lot of spices. Spices betumi betumi dey more. So 1 ton $400 on the international market. You dey be 200. You need fi yawa ha. O dey enso ehun gogunguram ni India fa 200. Money inside 10 billion deal keke. For the next 5 years, more money 4 billion and starting producing mama. More first can money and starting end mama. Assassinate that you insane. In fact, chemicals we bring in. 87.9. Mekuna mope. They are mope. They are Russia. What do you need? Muhia potatoes. Because due to the European sanctions, you know, a lot of agricultural trade between Russia and Europe are cancelled. So there is a deficit. Let's talk to them. Let's have a different approach to resolve our economy. Yen Jimin Kobobi Siani bi mambe guso. Sab IMF Kaneba. Enko yeshuyo. Ekutiaka. So we are just going to shift the problem to the next 3 years. And the question is, we should be asking it as a nation with her own conscience. 3 billion no yen saka problem bang never solved. FM 87.9
KUMASI. Mr. President, I provide you an alternative. So until IMF, you better start here, baby. Do something before you die, Nana. Oh, you ma pa oba me da bia me kase obi obe nu obe kase na do ba ba mu onye bibia. Nobody should ever say that. Nana do ba why be why niam bebre good things. Good things. Because amambo de say na wo de 10-year-old tetena Israel no ankwala wo di mfie du kwa nisi
FM
87.9. So there are many things you have done, but nanado so one way ya na niama kodi ekoya, all the good things you've done will be eroded, and you go down in the history of this country as president. You ended your term of office in a very dangerous way. Again, otiko koso nkofo a eka ho nyina selfish nti onso mo nyina adwane agyawa omope omofudie and their own self image and glorify themselves. Ene akotonom ne ala nom ne wow vice president, they are looking for the next term and the next option. Nobody is thinking about the next 1.5 year and how to manage the country. Otiko koso say obi anto abam fama any of your appointees so e won ye di tumi amount and we appoint to be a woman. Say Nungia ba Ghana for baby sow. The questioner Ghana for bisa na pension. Nanado dan kwa kofado. Until without IMF. Pacho, what next? Ghana for then you. Oyamata de Shemia and Stroma creation and a pam shaman. Or say there be our pamata de mamma and I find address the president. Very wonderful dress. From head to toe.
FM
87.9. Number here 0248-757548. Your Susan so KUMASI adjacent family chapel. Who know? Na ompambi ma programs bia ukobiano. He will get you a nice dress. Let me leave you with Otiko Koso, a futia or dema. Mr. President, without IMF, what is the alternative? Good morning.
Ghana for to Abama and Adudan Kwekufu, the Yantua Manipa can biara. 2 minutes a demand watch it be a mo biara. It can say woman watch a charm will be anywhere I did to me man no count. It's me nana no. When him say me no free to nipper to where to do no I nimbra me new walk. Adam no near 77 and son I was about me boy. Nana, a champion water tower over London, Yamino, and Namni Korean Techinum, and son I was a buyer. Moba Bejina Bua, and says I bear net what he had. I am a lawyer, no me no Nakunina. Any aqua bapimne. And Ransom Crawford catchers one possum. As one young worker said, there be said him sitting at the Antissa, Mediaca Cran, say, Media Futupanam de Bemau. The Ghana 4 penny Juma, the penny I read, the penny Coswell, and 1 everywhere. The 2 bunny way, Bobo Sawari, will be in a TV trace or catch any panel was soon out to be company for no. Kwadwo Mahama okoka chense abanye de kom ne abufuo ne toye na asa afọ na na do ozo ka chense kom ne abufuo so no nso ba no anye de kom ne abufuo be sa ato nti wo ho nim de wadre wo mpesika ye hwebio enti sese kun ho na ye adwuma no yi edin ko ana sese wo pe de be odin be komu sa mpase wo mampanyi bi ba ne e fre na na do da oba be ye Ghana yi
Era yankoi. Would you decline?